Hi, I'm Sheila Maijo. I'm a home cook who's found some gaps in her culinary knowledge. So I'm going back to the beginning and I'm going to learn to cook all over again from scratch. Pass or fail, it's bound to be an adventure. So if you're looking to beef up your culinary skills, pack up your books and your pencil boxes and join me in getting schooled. Before the break, my friend Chef Garland told me that the most important tool in a kitchen is a knife. So I've come down to talk to the good people at Ross Cutlery. Now, I don't know the first thing about knives, aside from the fact that they're pointy and sharp, and you probably shouldn't allow them near your buddies from Juggling 101, which is why we're here to learn. Ross Cutlery was opened in the 1930s and started out primarily as a sharpening service. Today, it's owned by brothers Alan and Richard Wattenberg, who've grown the business to be one of the premier cutlery retailers in the Los Angeles area. If anyone can help me, these guys can. Hi, you must be Alan.
I am Alan, yes.
I'm Sheila Maijo. Nice to meet you.
Pleased.
All right, well, I am a home cook. I'm just outfitting my kitchen, and I was told I need knives. Okay. So, for a beginning cook, what do you recommend?
General purpose knives, most cooks and stuff, they use like a chef's knife is one of the more popular styles, like a knife about this size here, which is an 8-inch chef's knife. Those are very, very popular. Also, these new Santoku design knives, they've become incredibly popular. And a paring knife would be something that would be a good accompaniment to this, you know, something like, you know, small knives like these guys here. This is just for general, you know, like trimming vegetables and things like that. And then a bread knife would be an important, you know, thing. And most of the bread knives, they're made with serrated edges rather than straight edges, so you don't smash the bread. This is one of your, you know, more basic styled, you know, bread knives. And they make these in different lengths and stuff, but this is a good size. You can do a sandwich with it or a loaf of bread or whatever. And, you know, people always add other knives, you know, as they're going along, but the three basic knives that most people would need as a beginner, you know, would be either a chef's knife or a Santoku and a paring knife and, you know, the bread knife.
That's really great information. So I see a lot of knives here.
Right.
How do I go about choosing the one that's right for me?
Just basically, you know, what we like people to do is, you know, just kind of take the knife and, you know, see how it feels in your hand when you're cutting on a board. Because handles are different on knives. There's a lot of different handle shapes. Most people at home, you know, an 8-inch is more than sufficient because they usually don't have a large working area.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, do I also need to buy a sharpener for sharpening at home?
Sharpening is critical on any knife, regardless of the quality you buy. All knives do require sharpening.
And how often should I do that?
Really, there's not a set time as to how often you want to do it. When you see the knife is not performing, then you need to do something to maintain it. To just, you know, arbitrarily pick it up and sharpen it each time is counterproductive. You're going to wear out the knife and you're really not achieving anything. So when you see the knife, like if you're cutting a tomato and it doesn't break through the skin easily and you're smashing things, then you know you need to give it a little care and put an edge back on it.
What should I be doing on a regular basis after I use it, etc., to make sure it's good?
The most commonly used item in the thing to maintain the edge just for a little quick touch-up is a steel. Mm-hmm. It's a metal rod. Some of them are diamond coated, and those work very well to remove a tiny bit of material and reshape the edge. And then they make some steels that are very smooth that are just to realign an existing edge. And most of the time, you just need to realign the existing edge that's there.
Okay, and do you mind showing me how to do that?
Sure. This one here, which is our #1 seller, these are actually like a fine stone. They're diamond coated, so they're abrasive. And when you're sharpening a knife, you can do it one of two ways. You can hold your knife like this and run it along the steel like this. You'll see cooks and butchers doing it like that. And a lot of people are comfortable doing that, but I found over the years that I've been doing this, a lot of people misjudge and they end up cutting themselves.
Yeah.
So a couple of things. You can take on your cutting board or a stable surface, you can take and lay it like this and do it like this. Two things work better. You're not going to hurt yourself and you're not getting this movement with the steel. And the all-important thing with sharpening is to try to maintain the same angle. You don't want to be up here one time, down here the next time, because you're going to make the edge rounded.
I'm assuming that I also need to occasionally bring them in here to get them professionally sharpened.
Yes.
That's only kind of a stopgap,
Right.
correct?
Yeah.
How often do you recommend I do that?
On average, you know, somebody at home, if they've got, say, 4 or 5 knives that they're working with, maybe once every 3 to 6 months, bring them in. And what we do when we resharpen knives, we thin down the blade a little bit and reestablish a nice tapered edge. One of the things that people commonly ask is what's the difference between one brand and another brand, price-wise and things like that. Some of the better made knives, they have better steel in them. The workmanship that they do on them takes more time and stuff. The blades are ground thinner, so they're easier to maintain and they stay sharp longer. Other knives like this brand here, which is a very good brand, these are mass produced. They've got molded handles, which are very inexpensive to produce, but they do hold a good edge. And, you know, you can get by with something like this very well, but this is an upgrade to it. And in the long run, you know, you pay a little bit more, but you're going to get better service out of the knife, easier cutting. When you buy a knife, like the Japanese-made knives especially, the blades are ground thinner, so they slide through the food easier. They don't wedge into it. The other brands, most of them, either the Swiss or the German-made knives, they tend to be a little thicker and heavier, which is not a bad thing, but ideally for cutting nice, smooth, easy cuts, thin knives work better.
And in terms of craftsmanship, etc., I'm guessing that these are going to last longer than these ones?
Yes, they will.
Okay. So basically, any budget, really, you can get good knives.
Right.
That's
Well, we
excellent.
try here, I don't sell any really low-end junky knives. I only sell quality knives.
Of course.
Yeah.
There you go. I'd like to thank everyone here at Ross Cutlery, especially Alan, for being so amazing and teaching us so many incredible things about knives.
I'm sorry that they declined your card.
We'll be right back. Can you run that again?
Certainly.